Welcome to Papyrus Plans. I'm Tasha. Ready to create something beautiful? Let's dive in. Hello everyone, welcome back. So today I thought I'd share some of my happy mail with you, and I've got lots of things from different places, so we'll go over everything one by one. I think I'll start with one of the largest items. This is a pack of clear jars, and I'm sure you're like, why did you order all these jars? Well, I originally ordered jars that were slightly smaller than this, but the seller didn't list the size accurately. And so it didn't fit what I wanted to. And so then I reordered these. So we're going to open this together and hopefully it fits. And I'll show you what I'm going to use these for in a moment. And I got these from Amazon. And I actually didn't want this many jars, but it was very difficult to try to find a set of jars that came in like a set of like just 10. It was like 20, 24, 30, 50, and for the size that I wanted. And the ones that I found that did come in small sets were basically the same price as this. So I just went ahead and got this. So I think this is, what is this, 20 jars? I really only wanted 10. But when I found a pack of 10 jars, it was actually more than this. So I just went ahead and got the larger pack. So this is what it looks like. Clear lid, clear jar. And this is actually made for like DIY like skincare or bath care products that you might make for yourself because it comes with these seals. I'm not going to be using that because I don't need that. But I will save them because you never know. But I actually got this to fit my planner, my expander rings, so that I can store them and stack them better because I just don't have a great storage system for them right now. So let me grab some of my planner rings and I'll show you what I mean. Okay, so this is kind of the small container I have, and I have another container where they're just thrown in there. So I'm just getting this one because it's neater and easier for you guys to see. But I have a larger bin. So let's go with the rose gold. Let's see if I can pick these up without them getting everywhere. Aha. All right. Now, let's see. Actually, yeah. Oh, yes, it fits. Okay. Now, I'm glad the size on these ones were accurate. So I'm hoping that I have the height because the height is going to be just right or slightly not enough. And I'm hoping, oh, yes, perfect. Oh, I'm so glad this worked out. Okay, can I get the lid on, though? Okay, yeah, I can. Okay, so these just fit expander rings, which is perfect. These are 4-ounce containers, and I'll link to the ones that I got because I saw another planner, but the ones that she had linked were not the right size. So I don't know if she was just using them for, you know, just the random rings that she had and wasn't trying to store a full set. I want to be able to store the full set so that when it's not in use, I have them all contained, as opposed to, I started keeping these a couple of years ago, but obviously I didn't do that from the very beginning. So I only have like a few of these. And again, I have a larger container, but I love that. So that fits beautifully, which I'm really happy about. So I'm going to go through and add all of these, and then I'll be able to, you know, store them in a little bin and have them stacked up. And then I'll probably even add a little label on top. And so I can just look at it real quick and see what the color is, versus having to turn it to the side. That way from the top, I'll put like a little rose gold label here, and then I'll know that's what it is. So that's what I'm going to do with all my rings. And I have plenty of these to go around. So I'll probably save half of these for like my expander rings because I'm definitely not going to need all of these. I have maybe like 10 sets of rings. But yeah, this is quite a lot. So it'll definitely go into the future. But now I have an easier way to kind of store these versus just kind of dumping them in a little bin. Like I said, I have another huge container with a bunch of them just kind of dumped in. And I hate that every time I want a color, I've got to dump everything out and kind of one by one sift through it. Whereas now I can just look at it, pick out the entire container, take it out, put it on my planner if I want to switch rings, and it just makes it easier to switch. So I'll definitely link that because I think this is a good way to kind of store these. So let me put that to the side. I'm really happy that these fit. All right, next thing I got is Happy Planner had, I forget what kind of sale it was, but it was a pretty good deal. And so I decided to get these. I think these are the sherbet rings. And usually, I think I mentioned this earlier on, last year when I started my channel, I started buying exclusively metal rings, I guess about maybe 2.5 years ago, maybe. they're just better quality, they're sturdier, but the only downside to that is you can't get all the really cool, pretty colors. So sometimes I will buy some expander plastic rings, and I only buy expander rings because of my planner and the decorations and stickers and things like that that I add to it. I just have to have expander rings always. And so every once in a while when they have really cool colors, I'll buy some of the expander rings, but if you've been a longtime user of Happy Planner like I have, almost since the very beginning when they started their company, I remember, I don't know if you guys remember, but years ago when they first started their company, they had a set of planner rings that came in the set of like 5 different colors, and they were all expander rings, and they had, I think, like a regular set and then the expander ring set. I bought the expander ring set, and that entire set was only $9.99. Now each of these are like, even for the plastic ones, are like $15 to $20 each, and the metal rings are like $25 to $30 each, which I personally think that's insane. So I personally only buy expander rings when they're on sale, and I think these were marked down like 70% off or something. And I've had my eye on these for over a year now, and I decided just to finally bite the bullet. Now I will say this. The only thing about Happy Planner that I don't like is I had some rewards dollars, and I used that, and it basically covered almost the full cost of this, I think, other than tax. But one of the things I don't like is if you have if you qualify for the military discount or like a teacher discount or something like that, and I come from a military family, so I qualify for the military discount, you can only use it on non-sale items. And I think that's kind of, I don't know, I just think that's a little sleazy to not give military discount across the board. I mean, it's only 10% anyway, so it's not, I mean, it literally only covers my tax, right? So it's not like I'm getting this huge discount. But I don't know. I just think it's a little for them not to give teachers and, emergency personnel, military personnel, et cetera, the discounts across the board. And I even contacted customer service because I thought I was doing something wrong. And I'm like, I can't get the discount to work. I've logged in and it's just not working. And they're like, oh, it's only on non-sale items. And I'm like, really? So even if something is only 5% off, you can't get your discount. So I feel a certain way about that. I just don't like that when companies do that. It's like, oh yeah, we have this. It's like they have a military discount, but not really, right? In all my years of being a Happy Planner customer, I don't think I've ever been able to use my military discount ever because you can't stack it. Even when it's something, even if it's like only a $5 discount, you just can't stack it, right? So I'm, not a fan of that. But I was able to, like I said, to use my rewards dollars, and the color is really pretty. I love this. It's kind of like, again, this is called sherbet, and it's this really beautiful variegated color. I wish it was a little bit brighter. The pictures made this look slightly brighter. It's a little bit duller than I thought, but I think the colors are still fun. And I got such a great discount. I basically, with my rewards dollars, like I said, I think it covered everything except for tax and shipping. And that's kind of the other thing, shipping kind of almost takes away your discount sometimes. But it still was a pretty good deal. So I decided to use my rewards dollars for that. So I got that. And I think these are pretty cute. So now that I have a way to kind of store these better, I'll be able to add that to my collection. Okay. So next thing I got is I got these replacement blades for my We Are Memory Keepers paper cutter. And I got these, I think, just in the nick of time, right before I think Temu raised their rates. And I'll try to see if I can find something comparable for you guys, because I went back on to try to link these, and it's insane. Like, because of the tariffs, some of the items they're charging as much as like $20 shipping for. I mean, like, crazy amounts of shipping. So I'll try to find something comparable for you, probably on Amazon. I got a really great deal on these, so it won't be as good of a deal as I got, but again, I always try to find the lowest price for you guys and then link it. So I got 4 of those, and I'm really excited about that. The other thing that I'm excited about is I got these set of, they call these book clips, and I got this to hold my creative journal, because I noticed that even though I prefer the metal ones, a lot of times, and I'll show you, like this one I have here, it has these, it doesn't have teeth, but because it's metal, sometimes it eats into the page, because it's, it's metal, and the edge is not as smooth as I feel like it should be. So even though I like how strong this is, I notice, especially stickers in particular, like the paper is usually fine because I have 160 GSM paper, so it's thick enough not to mar the paper. But I do notice, like stickers, like on my date stickers, when I'm dating my creative journal, if I'm not careful, it eats into them. And after the fact, when I turned the camera off, I noticed I would have these little lines on some of my date stickers, and I couldn't figure out why. And then I realized it was this. And so then I started using these little rubberized clips from Dollar Tree. But again, as you can see, they don't open very wide. So, I mean, that's okay at the beginning of your journal. But now that I'm kind of getting to the halfway point of my journal, it makes it a little difficult to hold the pages. So I bought these because they're bigger and they're supposed to be more durable. And I'll open up one for you guys. And as you can see, it opens up very, like I can fit probably my entire journal in this thing. So, and it's pretty strong. Like it had the spring on this is really nice. And I love this beautiful mint green color. It matches the rest of my design studio, has a mint green theme. So that worked out beautifully. And it came in various different colors. Now the original seller of these, first, I think they actually had the wrong price because I got these at such a crazy deal. And originally, I actually was supposed to get 4 of these. I only was sent 3 of them. So they gave me a partial refund for the one that I didn't receive, but I did have to fight to get that refund. But what I will do is try to link again on Amazon some similar colors. Again, I couldn't find the mint green in stock anymore, and I think it was because it was mismarked. But it comes in clear. It comes in. It used to come in these really bright, beautiful colors, and I noticed those are gone too. So I noticed some of the items that are probably being imported, even on Amazon, the prices are shooting up. So again, I'll try to find something comparable because I think I paid, I think it was $9.99 for a set of 4, and I only got 3. So then they just refunded me 1/4 for the one I didn't get. But I know some of these are selling for as much as $20. Do not pay that much. Again, I'll have links to ones that are better priced. Again, it won't be in this mint green color because I couldn't find it, but I'll link to some of the other colors like the clear. And if I can find some of the other colors, I'll link to those. But I really love these and I like how strong they are. So I have 3 of these because I wanted to get at least 2. That way, if I wanted to hold down, you know, the right side of my journal and the left side, or if I wanted to hold down the top and the bottom, or all 4 sides, but only have 3, so I won't be able to do all 4 sides, but hopefully I won't need all 4 sides, because again, these are pretty strong, but I'm really loving these. Okay, next up. Again, I got these from Temu, and this is, they call it a hot stamping pen, but is basically is a foil pen. And so you can, you know, draw on a sheet of paper, cardstock, whatever, and then you add your decorative foil on top, and you can foil that way without having to have like a ink machine or foil machine, etc. So, for example, if you want to write script or something like that, it's kind of an easy way to do it. And so I bought these to kind of play around with, to kind of see what kind of things I could create. I thought maybe for card making, or maybe even in my creative journal, we'll see. I'm not sure if I'll use this in my planner, or if I did, I think I would probably do this on paper or sticker paper or something like that, and then add it to it, because I think this might be too wet. So again, we'll hopefully kind of play around with this, but I thought this would be kind of fun. And again, the price on these have been ridiculous since I ordered them. So again, I'll try to find something comparable on Amazon if I can. All right, next up is this really beautiful script. I have one that goes horizontally, but I didn't have one that goes vertically. So I'll open one of these together with you guys. Okay, see if I can find the edge. There it is. And this is pretty wide. I might have to get my X-Acto. Let's see, where's my craft blade? Just so I can kind of lift the edge here. And it's like script that's in Latin, so you don't have to worry about, you know, what it says and that kind of thing, which I thought was kind of cool. Oh, this is strong. Oh my gosh, this is strong. Okay, well, it's good quality. So that's what it's looking like, which is really cool. So now I have a script washi tape that goes vertically, because the one I have is horizontal. And when I tried to put it vertically, for example, in my creative journal, it just looks odd. So I decided that I did need, in fact, some vertical script washi. So now I have some. So that's pretty cool. So I like that. So I got 2 of those. And again, I'll link to these on Amazon. Okay, the other thing I got on Amazon is, again, I've been trying to get some different, you know, page holders that aren't going to cut into my page. And I have this, I think I used this very early on in my creative journal. Excuse my reach. I have this really adorable anchor page holder, and it's these little prongs slide into the pages of your journal. But because it's smaller, I just felt like sometimes it just didn't have the weight to kind of hold down the pages. And in the beginning of my journal, you know that when you have, 99% of your journal on the right-hand side and only like a couple of pages on the left, it just was not strong enough to hold down, all of that little small edge. So I decided to also get a bigger one. So I got this adorable bumblebee. So let's look at this one together. And it comes in this gorgeous box. And I'll try it again to try to link to this. And it's just so cute. So this is larger. Again, it has more kind of heft to it, and the prongs are thicker and longer. So I think that'll make it a little bit easier, again, to kind of hold down my pages for when I don't need to clip the right or the left, or I just want to hold down the middle section. I think that might make it a little bit easier. And it's cute. And this came in a couple of different designs. I think this came in a dragon design, a sunflower design, this bumblebee design, and I forget what the other one was. But again, I'll try to find all of them and link to them, or at least to this one, so you can see what I mean. And I'll just put it back in the box and store it that way. But I just thought that was super cute. Okay, so the next thing I found was actually on eBay. So I always encourage people, always look at multiple different sites for different things. And I actually was looking for something completely different. And I think someone was just trying to get rid of some items in their stash. They didn't have the original packaging, but they said they hadn't even used these stamps. And I think these are by Studio Light. I think it's called Art by Marlene, her stamp collection in various different designs. And again, I'll link to these on Amazon so that you can find them. But this is the really cute floral set, and it's kind of like this mixed media with like text, flower design with different designs inside the florals. I thought that was kind of cool. And then this one has, again, different textures and patterns, text, and again, the different textures. So you can, use these in different ways and layer them, which I thought would be really nice. And this adorable collection of suns I thought was just so cute. I love the different faces and the one that's wearing glasses. And then the little raindrops, and then some birds here, and then a couple of text. And it says, turn toward the sunshine and the shadows will fall behind you. Bring your own joy wherever you go. So again, I'll link to these, but I thought that this was just so cute. And yeah, these look brand new. So I thought that would be kind of cool, and to either use, again, for card making or in my creative journal, or maybe even in my planner. I've been kind of toying with the idea of kind of doing some stamping in my planner, but, we'll see. Probably more so in my creative journal and for cards, but I thought I'd share that with you guys because I thought they were so adorable. And then last, but certainly not least, I saved the best for last, is some Happy Mail from scrapbook.com. And you guys know how much I absolutely adore Pops. And so I decided to kind of re-up. So these are all the new colors that I got to add to my collection. This one is, let's see, this is gloss. Yeah, this one I thought would be kind of cool because I saw someone on the website use this to make like little raindrops on their cards. And I thought, oh, that is adorable. So, I mean, this would be a kind of cool way, again, to kind of add like a glazed clear look to something, or to add some texture and dimension to something if you don't want color. So I got that. The next color I got, let's see, this one is called Frozen Flurry, and it's this really beautiful, kind of iridescent light blue. And I just love this color. And I thought I could do some really cool things with that. Next up is this deeper teal color, and this is called, let's see, where's the name? Teal Twinkle. That makes sense. So again, I really got all, I think with the exception of the clear, I got all the iridescent colors this time. And I just think this is just stunning. I love that. Up next is, let's see, this one is called Pixie. And this is kind of a lighter green color, again, with iridescent flecks in it. And I just love the colors of these. I just think they're just so beautiful. This one is kind of an iridescent, multicolored one. And let me see, try to find it. Sometimes it's kind of hard on this packaging to try to see the name. This one is called, Disco. So again, you can see it has like specks of red, blue, gold, green, basically the entire rainbow, but kind of on the darker end of it. This one is Champagne, which is kind of like a lighter gilded color. And I think this one is called Gold, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see. Yes. So this one is a deeper color, more of a yellow gold, which I didn't have. And then this color you should be familiar with. I use this one all the time. It's my favorite color. It's called Snowflake. And I didn't realize that it came in this giant bottle. So instead of getting the small one, I think they had a 50% off sale, which is why I decided just to add some more to my collection. So I got the giant one because I was like, you know what? I'm running through these little small bottles. And since I use this one so much, I was like, I'm getting the giant one. Now, we'll say this, the giant bottle only comes in 2 colors. I think the black, I have the small version of the black here. I think it's just black, but let me see. Yeah, it's just black. So yeah, they have the giant one in black. And then they also have it in this glitter snowflake. I think those are the only 2 colors that I saw. So I don't know if they're eventually going to bring out the larger bottles in other colors. But again, I just love this color. And it's so versatile, which is why I decided to get the giant one. And then I also got, and this was a freebie gift with my order. It's called Color Wheel cardstock. Let's see, what size is it? This is 2.5 inches by 5-inch strips. So I thought this is kind of cool I'll probably use this when I do my card making, but those are all the colors there that you can see. So it's called Color Wheel. And it's 100-pound cardstock, and their cardstock is impeccable quality, and nice and smooth. It has a solid core, so you don't get, if you rip it, for example, you won't get like that little white edge that you get on some cardstock. So I love that the color goes all the way through the paper, which is really nice to know. And one of the things I love about scrapbook.com is you get these little cards that are so humorous. And this one says, I can't believe that I forgot to clean my craft room last night. That's 5 years in a row now. So it's just these cute little cards that show that they've been hand-packed with love. And then it has these adorable little sayings. So I actually collect these because I just think they're so cute. So that's everything that I got in my Happy Mail. And I have some really cool ideas for things that I want to do with all of these little pops of color from scrapbook.com. In my 2026 journal, because I'm already starting to plan for that. And of course I have all of these items. I don't know if I can fit everything in frame, but just to kind of show you all the things that I got. And so I think I got some really great finds. And again, I'll do my best to try to link to everything here that I can, or find something comparable again on Amazon. All right, you guys, so that's all of my Happy Mail. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and I'll talk to you later. Bye. You guys, I'm so excited. I'm already starting to organize. So I got my label maker and just added the different colors. And yeah, I can't wait to have these all stored together. I think it's going to be so adorable. Okay, I just came back to show you that because I'm just getting so excited. All right, talk to you later.
That's all for today. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up and share your thoughts in the comments. Until next time, stay inspired, and thank you for watching.